Hello everybody, it's Andy. Welcome to the final van vlog. This is a part 2, so if you missed the last episode, we went and checked out the Grand Canyon, I got a little bit of a man cold, and we saw the White Sands National Park. It was amazing, we learned lots of fun facts. If you want to watch that video, you can check it out here. Since this is a part 2, it kind of starts abruptly, but we are in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I am giving you a spiel on what we've been up to so far. So let's get into it. Hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. We drove to Santa Fe. We went to the pool to get showers. That's why we're looking so fresh and clean. This town is very cool. It's like almost Flintstone vibes. It's all these Mexican Spanish buildings that are built with this plaster on the outside in these terracotta colors, which is cool. We tried to film this clip earlier at the patio, but the music was bumping and I don't want to get them copyright risks. You know what I'm saying? So we went to one patio, then we walked around town, we found our parking spot for the night, and then we went to a second patio at a brewery, and now we're going for dinner. It's gonna be amazing. A few little fun facts about Santa Fe, you ask. Sure, why not? Santa Fe was founded in 1610. It's the earliest capital city to be founded in America. However, they're duping you because it wasn't founded in America, it was founded in Mexico, which I always wondered why. Sorry if you can hear these motorcycles. Which I always wondered why all these cities in America had these Spanish names. But of course, just the men driving by on their hogs, you know? Which I always wondered why America had all these Spanish names for their cities. And maybe this is me being dumb, but it's of course because it used to be part of Mexico. So the reason that it's even called New Mexico is because it was a part of Mexico. So Santa Fe started in 1610. America then took over these parts of Mexico in 1912. There's Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, California, parts of Colorado, and I think parts of somewhere else as well. From what we Googled, parts of Kansas, that all were a part of Mexico. And the weather's lovely right now. We were sitting on the patio earlier. And now we're gonna go get some Mexican food in New Mexico. Brendan and I have just got our fajitas at this place called The Pantry. I got a Beyond Meat fajita mix with my tortilla and my stuff. And Brendan got a chicken fajita mix. And we're excited and ready to eat. And I got a brewski, and Brendan got a michelada. Yum. We finished our fajitas at the pantry. They were delicious. We actually had leftovers. It was like quite a big meal. And we were gonna call it a night and go back to the van and watch our show. And then we remembered that we had earlier seen this big hill that you could walk up. And we thought that'd be a pretty good spot to see the sunset, wouldn't it? So now we're gonna walk up there just in the nick of time to catch the sun setting over the beautiful city of Santa Fe. Santa Fe, hey, hey, hey. Santa Fe, hey, hey. Santa Fe, hey, hey. Santa Fe, hey, hey, hey. Santa Fe, hey. Santa Fe, hey, hey. Santa Fe, hey, hey. Santa Fe, hey, hey. Santa Fe, hey. Santa Fe, hey. Now, Brendan, could you tell the viewers how much you love the sunset?
I love a good sunset, okay. So about 12 out of 10.
Oh, 12 out of 10 night for the big guy, folks. And look at how cute he looks in his little red and green outfit. He whipped out his new Patagonia shorts today, and he's feeling himself. Brendan, are you feeling yourself? Oh, he says, oh yeah. And for any of the fellas wondering, this is the correct length for your shorts. Mid-thigh. It's hot, it's cool, it's trendy, let me tell you. We've made it up for the sunrise.
My sunglass tan is outrageous.
Yeah, it is. And I would like to report that I didn't tell Brendan I was going to sing that Santa Fe song, and he kept the straightest face I've ever seen someone keep. You just didn't think it was funny or what?
No, I thought it was hilarious. I just couldn't break character as cameraman.
Right. Cameraman. Cool. But the sunset's beautiful. Santa Fe, hey, 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 hey. Santa Fe. Santa Fe. Sing it with me, Brendan. Hey. Santa Fe. Yeah, thanks.
Santa Fe. And Off we go. Off we go into the sunset. Go laughing into the sunset.
Well, guys, we found the Chuck E. Cheese of the night. It's so evil, Chuck E. Cheese. Ah! Brendan with the power stance reading about Chuck E. Cheese. Brendan, you don't even need to read about it. It's just evil Chuck E. Cheese.
It is Chuck E. Cheese.
Is that what the plaque says?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, I can get on board for some freaky art, but I really don't know about this one. It's like a big sculpture also. This thing has to be 20 feet tall? What do you think, Brendan? At least. And then, right down the street from the evil Chuck E. Cheese, we have the dog with the giant dog with the swing. Brendan, are you gonna go for a swing? Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I like the silver dog. And there's little rabbits in the back. Honestly, even the dog is a little scary. Might have nightmares tonight. Good morning, everybody. We slept on the street in Santa Fe last night after the sunset. It seems to be kind of like a quiet, retired town when we were walking around on a Wednesday. And now we're seeing a bunch of people hustling and bustling and going to work downtown here. I mean, it's 200,000 people, so I'm sure there's a good mix. There's just nobody, there's no hogs this morning though. There was a couple hogs last night, I could hear. We just were here on a weekday, so I think we only saw the retirees, like the people who don't have jobs. The weekday crowd in the park. Anyways, we're going to Telluride today. That's our last stop, and then we're heading home. We're gonna try and have a day at home because since we're both sick, we'd like to have a day at home and do laundry and like recoup before work. But right now, we're going to the Mud Hut to get a couple cups of mud. 4.8 star rating. I think it's like a little family business. And from what I can read, they've got delicious coffee. Woo!
Right, let's go.
Mud Hut. So we walked down to the Mud Hut and got our coffees. The way that I tell if a cappuccino is going to be good or not is if they ask what size you want, because a cappuccino is always supposed to be same parts of espresso to the same parts of milk. So when they ask what size, that means that they're just gonna fill it with more milk and make it a latte. First of all, this guy asked what size. He said small, medium, or large. And I'm not really that big of a coffee snob anyways. I like most flavors of actual coffee. It's just mainly when they get the cappuccino wrong. The other thing is that you can tell when there's like bubbles on the top of the milk that look kind of like dish soapy, that they didn't use a really good like barista oat milk usually. This is stirred, so it's a little bit better, but mine's got all these bubbles that were not good. The coffee flavor though, honestly, I'm not even a snob, but it's still not very good. It's kind of burnt like roasted beans or whatever. So I think that the people who had the rave reviews are all getting like what Brendan got basically, which is like a cinnamon roll latte. Like they have got lots of good flavored drinks, and so then you're going there really for like the sweet flavors rather than for like the coffee. Not to be a coffee snob, I'm still gonna drink it, I'm still gonna enjoy it, but it's the worst coffee I've had on the trip. I'll say that. And I thought it was gonna be one of the best. We've just been on the way to Telluride. We stopped for burritos for breakfast. It's our leftovers from the restaurant last night. We're just gonna enjoy these, enjoy the views. Looks like Utah. And we have new donkey buddies as well. Hee-haw. Hee-haw. There's not even like a farmhouse nearby. Oh, that's water out there, right? Mm-hmm. That's a nice property with some nice donkeys. I think there's snow up on that mountain.
Where? Oh, yeah.
We finished our burritos. We are waving goodbye to the donkeys. Hee-haw. And we are on the road again.
Water.
Brendan and I have just sat down for some delicious tacos. Yes, we're having Mexican 2 nights in a row. We're in Telluride. They were saying Telluride.
Telluride.
Like not Telluride, Telluride.
Telluride.
Telluride to come pick you up. We just went to the brewery and tried a beer. We met these 2 locals who are very fun and nice. They were out on the town. I think Brendan is tempted to maybe go out and party with them. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I am too. Maybe not.
Yes, but if we didn't have to drive.
But we do have to drive tomorrow. We're driving home tomorrow 10 hours. but they were pretty cool and fun. And it's off season here right now. It just started. The ski hill just closed on Sunday, so off season just started. So Telluride is really quiet right now, which is nice. And we can see our actual friends that we made. They went to a different bar, and we can see them on a patio just down this block right now. And we're having a couple of margaritas. It's 2 for 1, and some tacos. Now, Telluride is a town, believe it or not. It's a ski town in the middle of the mountains. It's amazing. It started in 1878, and it was a mining town back then for gold and silver. The original name of the mining town was actually Columbia, but they changed it to Telluride because there was confusion with another mining town that's called Columbia in California. So they changed the name in 1881, 3 years after it was started. And then in the later 1800s, I believe, the town started to crash because the price of silver went down. World War I started and the Great Depression. And so the town was really like quiet for a while and there was no mining really going on here. Then in the 1970s, they opened up the ski hill. And so now the town is popping again. So it's really cool because there's all these like really cool old buildings that are obviously from the 1900s when it was a mining town. But what's cool about it, which we didn't really know, is that the mountain village to ski is actually on the other side of the mountain. And then there's this town down here. But they put like 3 or 4 chairlifts on this side of the town. So at the end of all these blocks of the town, if you have a ski pass, you could just go and get on the chair right there. Like they're all walking distance from all the houses in here. And the houses are all very colorful, or they're brick. They're very cool. They're clearly like very old houses, with lots of character, which I love. It also is at 12,000 feet. The mountains are at 12,000 feet here.
About 89 now.
So right now we're at 8,000 feet.
Almost
and for
9.
reference, almost 9,000 feet. And for reference, Calgary is 4,000 feet.
3940.
3940, to be exact. So we're going to enjoy our tacos. I think that's pretty much all I had to say about the town.
Maybe do some walking around.
And maybe do some
go
walking
see our
around.
pals.
There's not like much going on here. It's off season, so there's not like a ton to do or see. We can just check out the cute houses, play some crib, and then
Yeah.
go to our camp spot for the night or something.
Eat our tacos.
I'm gonna dive right in. Oh wow, mine is fire.
Yeah, me too.
Also, everybody seems stoked that it's off season. Those people we met were like pumped that it's off season. They were out partying. All of the stores have their new off season hours posted on their doors. So I bet this place is so busy usually, but it's so quiet right now, which is actually kind of nice.
Off-season specials.
And the off season specials.
2 for 1 margs.
2 for 1 margs. Because also there's mountain biking here, so the mountain biking has to start soon. I would say if you want to come live in a ski town, live in Telluride. And I actually want to. We made it to our camp spot for the night, and this is one of the beautiful things about America is there's so much of this BLM land. In Canada, it's called Crown Land, and you can just camp anywhere that you want to in these lands. It's called Bureau of Land Management. I think that's who owns it. It's Bureau of Land Management, right, Brendan? Yep. And so, for example, our van is parked right here. This spot has a little rock, and just down this road that we came down there is toilets. And then we have a fire pit. And we even have a picnic table at this spot. And we're surrounded by a gorgeous sunset. These amazing sedimentary red rocks, when we drove in, they were like absolutely gorgeous and popping. They were like a beautiful dark red color. I think Brendan's collecting firewood, even though we have so much firewood and we haven't made a single fire on this trip. And there also is, I don't know if you can hear it. I'll turn off noise cancellation. You probably can't hear it, but there is literally a river just a few feet this way through the bushes. There's another camper down there in another spot, and I'm pretty sure his spot is on the river. Looks like somebody has walked through the bushes here, and the river is just behind the bushes there. Down by the bathrooms, we also were checking out another spot, but there's no parking there because it's a boat launch. So we also could just access the river like that if we wanted to, but we're not accessing the river because we have 2 big days of driving for the next 2 days. So we're not hanging out at this spot, unfortunately. We're just hanging out here tonight. But that's a classic move, getting the best spot on the last day of the trip, eh, Brendan?
Yeah, as you do. Finally get up a fire.
Woo! He's already started it. No marshmallows, though.
No marshmallows.
And no weenies either.
No.
I mistakenly called them by your name. You've got a 9 to 5, so I'll take the night shift. Oh, it doesn't quite go, eh? Table's dirty. Should I hang one of the headlamps from there? We're doing crib still, eh? No, it's perfect. It's lighting up the table. It's great. I wish it was a warm light, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Wish it wasn't this hospital bright lighting. So Brendan and I actually met on Hinge on a dating app 5 years ago, and he lived in Banff and I lived in Calgary, which are about an hour and a half drive away. And it was COVID. It was April 2020, so we were messaging for about 2 months before we actually met. Then I drove out to Banff to go meet him in the van, and we went camping for our first date. Our first date, we technically went camping, then we had to go to your apartment because you can't camp in Kananaskis. But then like the second date, which is like really when we actually had multiple days of getting to know each other, we went camping for a long weekend near Invermere, and we had lots of fun. But I remember I have this photo of you holding a log like literally over your head, and it was like a huge log.
The biggest log I could find.
Because you were loving making fires so much. Is that a Brendan thing? I'm pretty sure it's just a man thing. Men love making fires.
Yeah.
Men are like obsessed with making fires. Literally, we didn't even have time to discuss what we were doing this evening, and you were already out looking for twigs for the fire.
Well, and there's a fire ring. You're not going to not make a fire. Unless there's a fire ban, then you don't make a fire.
Well, of course not.
But all we've seen is Smokey the Bear saying fire risk is low.
Yeah, it is low. I saw Smokey earlier, actually. People always laugh when I tell them that our first date was camping. They're like, were you worried he was going to kill you? We had been talking online for 2 months. Also, talking online now is like, we were like Snapchat talking videos.
How else do you meet people?
Not necessarily nudies, but
Could have been.
could have been. But who knows at this point? This is for you, my lord.
Shitters.
Good luck with that, sucker. Okay, I think this video is gonna be too long. Look where we are. We survived the drive home. We made it to Butte, Montana yesterday. It was like 13-hour drive, and then today was 7. So we got home at around 4:30 p.m. We washed the van. We've done 3 loads of laundry. And by we, I mean Brendan has been doing all the laundry. We washed our sheets. We've got clean clothes behind me. We still have 2 more loads going in. We brought in all the food, cleaned up, and we're watching White Lotus. We have 3 episodes left of White Lotus. We just fell a bit behind. We're excited to see the finale, and we got Vietnamese food. We ordered from this place that we like. It is called Tamarind. We both get the vermicelli bowl with the tofu and the spring rolls, and paradise rolls, which are like garden salad rice paper rolls. So yesterday we were driving through Salt Lake City, and it was 28 degrees. And this is what we have come home to, an absolute blizzard. That's Canada for you. 0 degrees outside. Anyway, guys, we are back. We are so happy to be back. I'm glad we came back a day early so that we can recoup. Might go for some bevs with some friends tomorrow. Who knows? We got dinner with my family. I guess I'll see you in the next video. Probably will be some sort of home video, maybe a home updates, maybe like some sort of talking something about some sort of home something. I don't know. I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Do you? I think you do.
I guess you're gonna find out next week. See you there. Goodbye. Van vlogs complete.